What's happening?
Getting ready for the impending doom.
I see that.
Huh?
I said I saw that on the weather. Hey,
Yeah.
Joe, how are you?
Look, it got him. It got the weatherman here all excited,
Yeah,
like a kid in Christmas, huh?
I know. I know.
You
Well, the
got
good
you got a
news,
premiere coming out the same time. You got a live stream.
I do. It's only a very short premiere,
Mm.
and then it transitions over to our live stream. So
Mm.
yeah, I kind of have it kind of convert into it.
Fancy schmancy, huh?
Yeah. Well, let me get my promo started here. So we are the Philippine American couple. It is December the 20th of the year 2022. It is currently 47 degrees and clear with the temperatures dropping and enduing horrible weather front coming in where we're all going to freeze to death. And the north is going to get a lot of snowy weather for the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to get cold weather. So that's what we're at. Joe's in the house. I see Mr. Yank is with us to start. And yeah, I got a little premiere of food popping up at the moment. So if you want some good food, you can watch my video
What are you making?
and drool. No, it's food from around the world,
Oh,
from the Philippines to Aruba to Mexico to Vegas to all over. Just some. I thought it'd be a nice thing this time of the year to share some
mm.
adventure in food.
Have you ever made anything that didn't sit well with your stomach? You know, maybe gave, gave you the squirts.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greasy, really greasy foods
No.
is the problem. I haven't really cooked anything that because I know my stomach, so
Mhm.
you kind of know how to avoid that type of stuff. But I've eaten some things that made you run for the hills, so to speak.
Yeah, if I want to do that, I'll get the meat. I'll get the meat lovers Pizza Hut pizza. That'll whistle.
Well,
That'll flush everything out.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
you
Hell's
know,
on the phone, man.
degrees.
Hmm.
Hello there, Verna. Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying the food video.
Verna's here.
Yeah, well, she's over watching the video at the second, but she's going to come over and
Yeah.
make
Didn't
sure.
Verna, didn't Verna lose her monetized thing or whatever?
Hello, Verna. You're welcome to come join us over on StreamYard. I dropped the link there. Joe is in the house taking good care of us in the background. Got me both on both things. That's good. We need it. We need the love, Joe. We need it is yummy food. We love food, Verna. So that was my short little food video. Just something to appetize to make you go, yum. Yum, yum, yum.
Did you make it? What did you make?
Well, no, well, some of the items in there I actually did make, but a lot of it's just pictures from our many travels around the world.
Mm.
So where we've traveled, we've been blessed and got to travel quite a bit, but some of the food, yeah, I've made myself. And some of it is on cruise ships and in the Philippines and,
Uh-huh.
probably Mexico, Vegas, of course, Arizona, New Mexico. I don't know, just everywhere we go, we like to take beautiful pictures of beautiful food that we enjoy, and
Yeah, I've been to quite a few states myself.
so that's kind of what we do. So I thought this week I would just put a compilation of beautiful food images, hoping to make you go, oh, I would like to eat that. I want.
I bet your Verna's a little more yummier than that food, huh?
Verna is in the house. She's even being nice and going to say hello to you.
She always does.
Yeah, she's going to be nice and say hi to you even.
Hmm.
So, but Verna, you're welcome to join us up here on the panel if you ever like to do that. My beautiful wife is in the house today. Or in
Who's
the
wife?
mine.
I thought you said your neighbors.
No, my wife is the only beautiful wife. So when I
Oh,
say beautiful wife, I'm referring to my wife.
she must be standing at the door.
I made Lorelai pork neck bone soup today,
Uh-huh.
Filipino style. So, Verna, you might like that. Lorelai's listening, watching the TV, or
Oh, yeah.
maybe doing some overtime work at home. I don't know.
She's listening.
But she's here.
You know that.
Yes. What was that? You're right about that. She's listening. She's listening, man. She's gonna
Oh, there, man.
make sure that you, Mr.
Yeah.
Yang,
Yeah.
she always tells me that you don't behave very well.
Me? You put me up to it. What are you talking about?
You try to corrupt me.
Oh, boy.
Why are you eating candy?
You don't believe that bullshit, do you?
I made you pork neck bone soup or whatever.
Yeah, it's good though.
Is it good? Yeah, yeah. I made that. Yeah. I made it Filipino style.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't really like it, but she likes it. See what a great husband I am. Now you're eating my. That looks like my candy,
I buy it, so it's mine.
but you don't like that one.
But I buy it.
But you don't like that one. See how that goes, Mr. Yank?
Uh-huh.
Joseph, hello.
Magandang gabi.
He says hello to her. He didn't say hello to you.
I said to Verna.
Yeah, see, he's being nice to Berna, but not to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Berna just woke up. She's on a video call with her boyfriend. Well, that's more important. Trust me.
She's a boyfriend. I will date it before it's kind of late, like 30 minutes to take the phone.
Let's keep that cancel going. She better be talking to him.
Verna, when we were dating, Lorelai would keep me up here in the United States all night long.
That's a big lie.
You know, she'd wake me up all hours of the night, talk to me on the phone for hours while I had to go to work in the next morning. And
You're a freaking liar.
no, it's true.
You only took me 1 hour only.
Because I had to go to work, So don't feel bad, Verna. You should definitely make those phone calls, video calls. When we dated, we video called a lot, and she showed me around the Philippines, and I would show her around the United States. And I would even take her to work with me at times and take her to my office and let her see the campus and the college where I taught at. And she would walk us around the Philippines, Cebu area. You just made her day, Verna.
Yeah.
She loves it when people tell her how pretty she is. I think there's a dog behind me. So not the wife, the dog.
What's your dinner, Yank?
What's my dinner? Raw almonds. Almonds.
You're in diet now?
All good heart food, man. The only thing I got in the house here is a bunch of salmon that I had some yesterday. You can't eat it every day.
No.
I just got the salmon and eggs.
Everybody say hi to Daisy.
All right, I'm going.
Well, give me the dog.
Hi.
Don't get mad.
Well, put the other one up here. All right, we're going to show you the pretty doggies as they're driving me crazy.
Whose dogs?
Mine.
I can't see nothing.
All right, so here's Popo. This is Daisy.
And Lily.
Daisy.
Oh, my
Popo,
God.
and now the one's Lily.
Really long.
And Daisy doesn't like it when Lily gets picked up. The black one thinks she's the mama dog. He doesn't like it when somebody touches the red dog. Get your
Bye.
bye-bye.
I think I dropped this phone one too many times. Every time it got some other
Oh, I got a question. Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you quit tearing things up? Ah, I lost you. See, you dropped your phone, Mr. Yank. Here's our question for the night. I always like to try to ask a thought-provoking question. What's the best gift you've ever given somebody, whether it's for Christmas or just in general? What? No, you're a girl. You got to think deeper. So what's the best gift you've given somebody? So that's my question for tonight. Not what the gift I gave you necessarily, Miss Wife. So, Craig, good to see a car. You've given a car? Damn, Craig, come on up if you like. We need to talk about your car. Oh my gosh, I'd like to have a car. So, Mr. Yank, you're getting bad weather. What's happening? Give us a minute by minute blow of what's happening where you're at. We need to know. Is it the temperature, whether it's snowing, raining, what's happening? We need to know. We want to blow. My love for your wife and friends. See, that's nice. That's a good way to do it. So giving a gift of love. All right, I like that one. Craig, depending on what kind of car it is, I might like that one better than love. So, I don't know. But that's our question. What's the best gift you've ever given? Verna is probably giving her time to her boyfriend. Maybe that's not something she's doing. So, Joe, you're in between the Yank and I geographically. So, you have any weather happening at your place, or is it just cold out? Yeah, we're supposed to get down in the zeros tonight, or sorry, Thursday. We may get some snow, sleet, and ice. They don't have a accumulation scheduled yet or predicted, but the weatherman, I guess they're all debating about what it's actually going to be. Oh, so the temperature just dropped to 39 degrees here. Oh, wow. New Auburn hires head coach Hugh Freeze. Huh. Well, good for him. But I was looking at the weather. Let's see the weather here. All right. So what we're saying weather-wise in my part of the country is Thursday. It's going to be a high of 38, a low of -3 degrees with 78% rain or snow, depending on the temperature. They are not predicting accumulation as of yet. Let's see if I can find another model that says what we're going to get in the United States. Oh, this is really cool. I found some kind of weird satellite picture. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Oh, I accidentally stumbled across a snowpack thing that tells you your snowpack. But let's see. I'm still trying to figure out if they're predicting any accumulation down here where we're at. Drive safely, see more. New snow, massive snowstorm, brutal cold hitting U.S. this week. What to expect? So we're expecting a massive storm this week. What are we talking about? Yeah, looks like Louisville, Indianapolis, Detroit, Utica, Minneapolis, Des Moines, even Nashville, Tennessee, our part of the country, Springfield, Missouri, may get 6 to 12 inches of snow. My part of the country is looking more like 6 inches of snow. So it looks like we're definitely going to be getting some snow coming. Craig, it's 27 degrees there, about 80. Yeah. Well, it's going to get in the negative degrees here before we make it to Christmas. Now, the good news is if you live up north in the United States, there's a really good chance, since it's going to be so cold, that you're going to get a white Christmas. You guys are going to get a white Christmas. Mr. Yank is going to have a white Christmas this year. Unless
5 to 8 inches, 5 to 8, depends on that wind might change and bring that storm that passes right back around again.
well, they're saying you're kind of part of the country. One map I'm looking at is talking about 12 plus inches up around your area.
Well, you never know.
You never know.
5 to 8 here, it went down, but they predicted a light snow one time when I was working, and it turned out to be a all-out whiteout. I didn't even know where the hell I was when I was on the highway.
Yeah, I've been into those too.
I'm
Well,
so focused on what's happening in front of you.
Yeah.
It's good to say I don't have to drive in this shit no more, unless I want to.
Yeah, I've been in those blizzards or those snowstorms where what you're doing is you're kind of looking for the ditch markers,
Right.
fence posts and things. And
Yep.
you just drive in the center of the highway, hopes that there's nothing. And I've been in snow so deep where everything was just flat,
Mhm.
and you couldn't see any markers. It was really weird. You just hope you don't go off the road if it curves.
No blind, man.
But down here where we are, it will definitely snow probably 2 or 3 inches and probably warm up and go away within a day or two. So we probably won't get a white Christmas.
I don't really care, really, but I'd really rather not have a winter.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. But a lot of people are excited.
I watched this video today.
Yeah.
And this guy that put in for his Social Security while he was in the Philippines, it became a nightmare for him.
Yep.
But because he had to play tag with the United States and the American consulate.
Right.
But I have all the documentation I need. Social Security numbers, my son, actual card, birth certificates, originals, mine too. But I'm not gonna fly over. I'll be flying over there sometime between the end of January and March. I'm not coming back in July just so I can fill out paperwork and then go back, and then come back for my son's wedding. So,
Well, you're going to have to really, my advice dealing with the U.S. government, if you can get it done, anything that you have to get done, you need to get it done before you go.
I can't.
I know, because it's going to be whether you're organized or not, it's going to be a pain in the butt not to be able to do it, face to face if you need to. You dealing with the government. And now if you get awarded your disability, then you really don't have to worry about it. It'll click in and everything will be fine. It'll be automatic. But if you gotta file, if you have your if you're going to be applying for Social Security benefits, then man, if you can do it, one thing the U.S. website does not like websites or the VPNs from another country.
Yeah, but still he couldn't access, and I tried it too. He couldn't access the website. I had my own account set up for Social Security.
Yep.
He could, even with the VPN, he couldn't. Well, he couldn't access it from over there.
Right, it won't work. And then, of course, you got to also remember with the Social Security, in general, they mandate that you stay active in your account every 6 months, or they lock you out. So if you have a Social Security account of any type, whether it's disability or regular, if you want to be active in it, if you go to more than 6 months, they lock you out. You got to call them up, and they got to reset everything and allow you back in.
Not quite. That I might try that tomorrow because it's been quite a while since I looked in on mine.
We learned this the hard way multiple times. So you definitely got to stay active in that account every 3 or 4 months, or they will kick you out, lock you out.
Oh,
You got to prove. And this is the problem. It's not easy to prove who you are to Social Security to get them to unlock your damn account. I mean, what they have to do for what they've done is you got to give them all this information. Then they have to, they send you something in the mail 2 weeks later that allows you to log back in with a temporary thing to get in to readjust things. They won't do it over the phone and say, okay, now you have access to your account. You can't do that. They have to send you something in the mail to allow you back in to the address that's on file. So if you move, you're screwed. Then you got to work harder. Then you got to go in and change your address with them, and then call them back and ask for a new login and password. Just telling you, it's a mess.
yeah. Well, I ain't worried about. The only reason I'm looking in to see if anything changed about my
Status. Yeah.
claim. You know.
Well, and you should log in and check it out and see what's happening, and you might be
I might
surprised.
try that tomorrow.
But just for everybody out there,
Here they sent online here. They sent at least look in on it once a year.
yeah, it's if you haven't been active for 6 months, you're locked out. That's their new rules.
No.
So, but it is what it is with the government, But they're really helpful on the phone, but they just can't do a whole lot for you on the phone. But they're very nice usually when we.
Well, I can access that from the Philippines with the VPN. I just couldn't access the consulate.
Okay, so you're able to get into your Social Security account?
Yeah, my account. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's good. That is good.
But the VPN will not, circumvent the website. So I mean, to the consulate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You gotta call in between certain hours, and between 8 and 11 or something, and you're over there. But I don't have the $1,500, or do I desire to? That all depends what happens with my thing here pretty soon.
Yeah.
But I just cannot. I don't have the back for that. I really, really don't.
No, I don't blame you, and I wouldn't do it either. We all are in the same boat. Why make necessary trips?
I got to take my medicine certain times of the day. That messes me up that way.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's what getting old does to you, buddy.
Why? Well, it's just a time difference. I mean, that's why I was considering flying back on Qatar and going east instead of west,
Yeah.
The time difference is a bit better for me.
All right.
You know, probably 7 or 8 hours instead of 14.
That's a good plan. I mean, whatever, you find that works, really well for
You
you.
know, I see this. They did this to me before the cheapo air. They bait you into taking something, then they changed the layover from an hour and 50 minutes to 9 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheapo air has never worked out well for us. So,
They lie. If you keep going back to it, you'll find the American Airlines one from Chicago to LA and then from LA to Manila.
yeah.
But you have to keep coming back. If you just get on there one time, you're only going to see a certain block of flights.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I don't know. We've used it once and wasn't really happy with our service or the way that things worked out. I can't remember, but if I remember right, it was almost like our tickets were, since they came from a third party vendor, budget low, we definitely got at the bottom of the barrel treatment, it seemed. So, we stay away from cheapo air. We just
I love that airline, but I'm telling you, if anybody ever has the opportunity to take guitar, fabulous, everything,
the airlines are fine. I think it's the cheapo air website. I think if I remember right, we actually lost a little money or something with them.
This dude, whoever founded that company, they got it down. Every bit of it, the decor, the plane, the lighting, the food, the customer service, the security.
Yeah.
It's everything there that you want. I need.
Yeah, we really, really, really enjoy Korean Air. That's the best one I've ever flown on is Korean Air.
And it would cost me a little bit, about $50 more to take them, but I'm happy with them. Plus, that reduces the time.
No,
You know,
you should do that.
where I really don't have to adjust my medication times.
Yeah.
Too much. I usually try to if I have to leave anything alone, I leave the nighttime medicine with the statin. That I take one to go to sleep. Help me go to sleep.
Anything is possible. Just probably give you guys some up. Can't stick around tonight. Have a great night and a happy holidays. Thank you. Anything. If you have a link to your channel, man, let me.
Who?
Anything. He's a fishing channel, man. He's a cool channel.
What state?
I don't know if I remember right. He's overseas.
What country fishing in?
I'll show you. Let me pull them up.
Any Finn? That's funny. Muddy from Finland. Little play on words there.
Yeah, could be.
80 here, man. It's gonna get down to -9 wind chill Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Yeah. He's here in the States.
Honestly, I cannot understand why anybody that has a choice would stay here.
Yeah, he's in Pennsylvania. He's in the States. I remember that now. Yeah, he has. He's
I
done.
like Pennsylvania. That's where my grandfather they first settled when they came to America. In I think Southton, South something.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done a lot of trout fishing, and he's up in done some salmon fishing.
Well, like salmon.
His boy maybe does some bass fishing.
I found
how much I love to fish. So
I don't really care for the smell of it, but since I found out that I can that spicy mustard, brown mustard, horseradish is good for you, for your heart.
Yeah.
That's a saving grace for me.
Sullivan says that he has 3 more years and he's headed back. Wow. You're coming back to wow. You're
3
leaving
more years to what?
Yeah, 3 more years, he says, and he's headed back.
Headed back where?
That's a good question. Ask him. Where are you coming back to, my friend?
I can't read this the chat and look and talk to you at the same time. My camera's
Anything is possible in Southampton.
he headed back to the States, Dice. That's
Love fishing channels. Man, I love fishing channels. Anything.
I find that
Joe was kind enough to drop your link there. So if you guys would make sure you like, subscribe, and share to anything. He's kind of low on fruit, but he has a good channel. Looks like a big guy. Does a lot of good stuff.
you come back here, Daryl, and you'll want to get right back on that plane and go.
So you guys make sure you visit him. Yeah, Derek. Well, why is he coming back? Did we ask?
He told us a long time ago, me anyway, but
Yeah. Well, the good news is he has 3 more years and he's doing his thing there, and then he'll be back.
I will be comfortably saying hello from right there where he is.
Yeah, you're gonna belly up to the bar, so to speak.
Nah, yeah, it was so peaceful for me.
Uh-oh, we lost him again. So here's Anything's Possible's channel. Oh yeah, Joe doesn't really drop his own personal link. He just goes out and helps all the other channels, which we appreciate tremendously. And if anybody else would like to join us on the panel, I've dropped the StreamYard link, so you're welcome to do that. There he is. He's the boy getting ready to go.
Either I keep getting dropped by a carrier here, or I get dropped by a host.
Neither. No moderator and or no host is kicking the yank out of the panel.
Oh,
Maybe it's Craig secretly hacking.
yeah.
Craig says, "Hello, Daryl. Best wishes to you and the loved ones this Christmas."
Big
Craig,
up.
Craig and I need to chit chat about fish. Craig has anything. If you don't know, Craig's channel, Craig Parashare,
You know,
a bunch of fish tanks. And he does fish tanks and some really cool things with that. So I'll
his,
check it
wife,
out.
his wife has a channel too.
Yeah, his wife has a channel. Her channel is a lot better. There's one, she's not, she doesn't look like him.
Oh, Jesus.
But,
You're gonna, Craig, you're gonna have to invite him down there and take him out on a boat and push him over the side.
there you go. There you go.
So he can get.
Yeah. Joe's also dropping Verna's channel link if anybody wants to see her. So make friends with her. She'll make friends back with you. So, but
Yeah, what happened, Verna? What happened with her channel? She got demonetized there.
I don't know.
I guess because she wasn't
Active enough?
putting out. No, not us, particularly us. It's just if you go off for a while or too long, they. You know what I think is so funny is that they pay attention enough to first chance they got to drop somebody. You know, it's just you would think the more the merrier with YouTube, but
Well, what makes you think she was demonetized? I mean, her channel.
but she said she was.
I got that. Maybe she didn't have enough watch hours. She has 2,030 subscribers or so.
I think she let it drop to a level where they took away.
Yeah. So
Or
everybody go down.
she didn't maintain the watch hours that got her there or something.
If you guys will subscribe to her, subscribe to anything, subscribe to Craig here. Craig and I bought fish. Craig, I need some fish for my brand new fish tank. It's only a 30-gallon one, and I'm not trying to do anything crazy with it. It's in the living room where everybody can see it. I intend on making myself a really cool fish tank down the road, but it's just kind of like a, community fish tank in the house, I guess. Any Finn says, thanks to the Sullivan. Yay! I have a yacht. Yes, I want to go out on that yacht. Man, I'll fly down and go fishing with anybody. You're welcome, Finn. I love to fish. I just don't get to do it enough. That's my only problem. And the cold weather doesn't work for me, Finn. I know you do some cold weather fishing. And man, that's just too hard on my health. So I don't get to do it during the winter. Yeah. So you excited about the snow? You got groceries, Mr. Yank?
What's that?
You have groceries for the winter, for the storm coming in, the blizzard?
Today got some more eggs and milk.
Eggs and milk. Good. What else? That's it?
That's about it, man. Gotta eat that healthy stuff. I sure feel like snagging a pizza about now, though.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I'm trying to do better too. I'm trying to cut down my soda intake, my coffee intake.
Well,
I
looked at I was watching this guy motivational doc on YouTube, and the other day he showed. I used to like drinking Mountain Dew. That's like the worst violator with sugar. But they showed regular Coke has like 16 teaspoons of sugar in it.
Yeah.
And I drink Coke Zero. There hasn't been any. It doesn't have either of them. Oh, it has I think 2% caffeine or something.
And that's all those artificial chemicals.
Yeah, but they've done, of course, they've done studies, and there's no link between what they use and it causing cancer.
Craig, that's what I've been doing. It's been running now for about 4 weeks, and I plan on getting fish probably in January. It's just going to wait through the holiday and see if I can order some.
What is the? I mean, as far as fish for a fish tank, what is the expensive type of fish, and how long do they last?
That's a good question for Craig. He seems to be more the fish expert. I'm more of a fish amateur. But there's a lot of very, very koi, obviously, but they're not really fish tanks, or fish for fish tanks.
But
a golden koi could run you, hell, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Can you get piranhas to thin the herd, or what?
Well, and that's kind of what you have to decide. You have to decide if you're going to have a predator tank, if you're going to have a community tank, where all the fish get along and they don't eat each other. My goal is, at least in the living room, is to have kind of like a colorful, friendly, pretty looking community tank.
It wouldn't be fair to have ones that are going to be eaten because they got nowhere to go. They can't run.
Right, exactly. But in the past, I've actually raised freshwater catfish and bass and perch in tanks. Craig says just get what fish you enjoy. But some angelfish, if you're looking at mine's freshwater, but saltwater tanks can be very expensive to fish. So if I was rich, I would have a jellyfish tank. I think those are the coolest.
Jellyfish, those are bad news, man.
Yeah, but they make these tanks
paralyze you, all kinds of stuff.
But I don't know. I'm gonna have to get some community fish, and what I'm hoping to do is just buy a packet of community fish from a
Mm.
fish supplier. You know what I mean? So maybe it has 5 or 6 different species of about 10 to 12 or 15 fish, smaller fish for a community tank is kind of where I'm going with it, I think. So
I haven't. Then when I was a kid, everybody had the cheap. Go buy some cheap goldfish, and of course, you're flushing them down the toilet a couple of days later.
share us out, Joe. Share us out. But we've had angel. I've done silver dollar fish, which are ornamental. I mean, over the year, I used to have a really big tank and really enjoyed it. And the other weird thing for me is I actually like growing aquatic plants. I did that at the college.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, and I got really good at growing aquatic vegetation. I don't know how hard it is, but it was fun to do that. But at the college, we had these big, so
I wouldn't mind living down there by you and fishing, but I don't have any family anywhere except Texas. One daughter don't talk to me is in Florida.
yeah,
Most of my cousins that I converse with are in Ohio.
right.
Because I got to think of my son. I mean, where we have our Beverly Hillbillies house there structure. It's 8 minutes away a walk for his cousins.
Yeah, that's good.
So, he don't have. I mean, I don't know.
I think it's good that you're considerate of that and understanding that having that relationship is a good thing. So
Yeah, it ain't about me. I mean, I could have bought a house inside a gated community there, but from what I see with their maintenance sucks, and it just looks like a future slum to me.
there you go.
And I just I like the little bit of land I got. I got to do some roaming, like what's his name did. Spear or whatever down. He was the only guy in that prison. He lived to be 90, that Nazi guy. Albert Speer, is that who that was? And I gotta have some room. Jeez, this thing dying on me, man.
Yeah, having some room is good, man. Having some fresh air is good, where you can get around and move about. Is appreciated, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Good. I don't know. We even the neighborhood we live in here in the back in the States is, yeah. I mean,
Well, I could have went in there. You walk out the back door. There's a wall there, so you pretty much got a 100 square meter lot. And it's got a nice deck on upstairs. But if I lived to be 85, man, I ain't gonna be able to hump it up and down those steps.
yeah, I don't do stairs well.
They have a pool and all this other stuff, but after I'm gone, what are they going to do for income? I mean, she'll have my pension from the bus company, but it may be hard to maintain that because, you got fees you got to pay there for the guard and all that. And the guard really ain't a guard. He lets whatever. I've seen a video of this girl, a lady I know, her and her husband. Guy opens the gate no matter what. So.
No, I agree, and that was one of our debates for the property that we bought in the Philippines. Is long term, obviously, Lorelai more than likely will outlive me by many years, and of course, after I'm dead, she probably won't stay in the States unless things change. So,
arsenic. Lorelai, arsenic.
No, man, she loves me too much. My wife wouldn't poison me intentionally, not.
Yeah.
But I think that's good that you think about that because after you're gone, they maybe smaller, so you got to kind of set them up.
Well, everything I do now is for them. It ain't for me. I can make a home anywhere.
Yeah, I still like to do for me. I still think I deserve a little niceness in life.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're gonna hear about that later because she heard that.
Yeah, but she's okay with that. My wife and I are on the same page each and every day.
All right. Glad you think that way.
Well, you can dream. You can dream,
Yeah.
or hallucinate or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. I'm excited I'm excited that you're going to get to go back in a few months because I think you will, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, as I told you, after the first of the year.
Yeah, man. I just don't want to come back for put in. I hope I get my shit announced before I leave so I don't have to. And that's another. I got a question for you when it comes to the healthcare thing on your SSDI. Can you pick? Do you know if you can pick a Advantage plan if you're on that, or do you have to pick the traditional?
No. When you're on Social Security disability, you can pick. I have an Advantage plan.
Okay, because I was wondering, because I'm thinking, why would I want to put out, 800 bucks, $1,000 a month for something I might not even.
No, I have an Advantage plan that costs me no additional money.
Yeah, there's zero. It depends on your income. They're kind of income based.
Well, no. This is part of your Medicare.
Yeah.
So it's part of your Medicare. You get to choose like
Hmm.
Blue Cross Blue Shield or Humana, and a
Yeah.
lot of those cost you no money, but it gives you Part C coverage.
It does.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, what would my current health care cover then?
You mean just Medicare?
Yeah, well, my regular health insurance I got from my employer that covers something.
Well, but once you get onto Medicare, you're not going to use that, right? You're not going to keep paying for it, are
No,
you?
that becomes
Obsolete.
well, no, Medicare pays first, and whatever gaps there are, that pays that.
Okay, but my question is, or my point is, depending on how much money you pay for that every month, it may be smarter to go on the Advantage plan with Medicare and drop the company one if you're paying.
Yeah, that'll be explained to me when and if I get there.
Right.
But because because I left early, I'm paying $100 more than I would have if I'd have stayed.
That's
So
correct.
I'm with United Healthcare, and it might even be cheaper for me to buy a supplement from them than it would to keep the employer one. So
That's
the employer one on Medicare pays whatever Medicare doesn't pay for, that one does.
right.
So I don't know what C. You have to buy a supplement for C.
Well, not if you're going to carry your work insurance, your
Mhm.
former employer insurance, and that is that coverage. But what I'm saying is, it may be financially cheaper
Oh, yeah.
to go with like a Medicare Advantage plan, and then you
Yeah.
drop the work coverage.
Yeah, barring any catastrophic health condition, because on the Advantage one you pay on the back end pretty heavy, but it's like 7 grand plus 20% or whatever the bill is.
Mine's nothing like that. My Medicare is nothing like that, and I've had Blue Cross Blue Shield Advantage, and I'm actually switching to Humana because it's a better deal.
Yeah, we
It's
had Humana, and Humana really isn't Humana. It's called Humana, but somebody else runs it now because they paid out more than they were taking in,
Mhm.
so they folded. But I have United Healthcare. That's endorsed by AARP.
Right.
Back end, my meds over there right now it's around $100 a month. But if I didn't have to have my work and employer health care, then whether I come back or not, some of the meds you're able to get through Good RX, that other good stuff. So you know, there's a little bit of help out there. They're not cheap on every med, you know, but if you've got no health insurance, it sure is a big help.
No, I agree with that because I've actually downloaded their app and try to save money on mine.
Yeah.
And GoodRx didn't help me at all. They
It
didn't.
can help you.
They did not.
So your prescription coverage comes from who?
Medicare, Humana.
Part B, but I know people on traditional Medicare have to pay for that Part B.
Yeah, but most people either pay very little or pay
Yeah.
nothing. I pay nothing.
Yeah, mine would be well, depending on part of the country, or it would be cheap or nothing, like cheap or $48, and then the medication part. Yeah, I forget what the hell that cost. Oh, they pay. Oh, Advantage Plan. You got free meds. You got a gym membership and all kinds of perks.
Exactly.
But they're looking to change that, or something may be changing when it comes to that in 2025, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I've had Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I'm switching to Humana, and they cover all of that. There's some co-pays set up with drugs. You know, they got tier A, B, and C, and luckily my drugs qualify for the lower tier, which is good.
That's all great for the Joe. That's all great for as long as you don't have any issues. But if you do, and you have to have surgeries, you know, and then you got 3 months. If you get any more than 3 months in a hospital, but I figured if I'm that bad off, then who gives a shit, you know?
Now mine is set up to where that if you, Joe says that on his, he has zero payment for his meds. So on his program, which is part of that, he has zero. I have to have small co-pays with mine. My hospital, if I've been in the hospital more than 3 days, I do believe it kicks in and pays 100%. So I'm hospitalized for more than that.
Why are you switching from Blue Cross? That's usually the best one you can get.
I agree, but the reason I had Blue Cross Blue Shield because when I got into this years ago, they were the only one in the state. So and now things have changed, and Humana just has a better package. One, it still costs me nothing. Their drug tier is better. One of my drugs is $300 a month with Blue Cross Blue Shield. With Humana, it's going to be $60. I mean, yeah.
You need to check. Have you checked any United Healthcare?
Yeah, Humana was the best one for me in the state because they go by it's all kind of which state you're in.
Okay.
So, you know, Joe is set up to where his will be zero payments even with the hospitals.
Yeah, I would qualify right now without getting any extra money. Present day, mine would be at zero. I'd have to pay, but honestly, man, you know, they're changing the bankruptcy rules a little bit. Of course, the government's changing them for us, but for themselves, it doesn't matter. They can run something in the ground, still have their job. But
Humana even gives me $75 a quarter to spend on things over-the-counter medicine, over-counter units. So I like that better than Blue Cross Blue Shield. And once you get kicked onto the Medicare, they will go over a lot of this. You will have vendors, you have insurance companies calling you, going, "Hey."
Yeah, well, the fact that I'm retired, period, right now, I don't think they really looked at the age because I don't, you know, I'm not Medicare yet, you know, so.
No, but if you click on the disability, then that's what happens.
Well, no, I'm talking about regular, just being regular. Yeah.
But it can be tricky, but there's a lot of help out there for it. And you just got to look at the plans. And when you get there, that's best for you. And you know this, you know.
Yeah,
but if you're going to be in the Philippines, to be honest, none of it matters.
Right. Yeah. I just, I'm not gonna go out and pay out hundreds of dollars a month for something I'm not even gonna maybe ever use.
Well, and that's my point. Being in the Philippines, I would just go with the basic stuff because it's
Yeah.
not like
Well,
it's
that would be the advantage plans.
yeah, it's not going to help you in the Philippines.
No, no, I understand. I know none of that will, but the point being, I don't, I'm taking money away from my health and well-being over there by paying traditional this, you
Right.
know.
I agree.
So
And the
uh,
key is never to get sick in the Philippines so that you don't have
yeah,
to worry about it.
well, you know what?
Stay
Even
healthy.
if I have my current work insurance there, they'll cover me if I have a emergency.
Yeah.
But they don't. But they're covered. They're not. What they're not talking about. What they don't mean is if you're living there, if you're on vacation and something happens.
That's it.
But if you keep, if they look into, hey, what date did you get there? What date did this situation happen? And you go, I got here like 2 years ago. Well, wait a minute, man.
Well, and then of course, a lot of those insurances like that, you have to pay for the damage up front and they reimburse you.
Yeah. Well, they accepted that Philly in the Philippines guys. Well,
Yeah.
I think he's got like the TRICARE though. That's a
Joe's talking about
government
it. There's travel
government.
insurance. And you can buy travel insurance, and we've covered that and talked about that.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't know if it's worth the $300 a month.
What's his name's got it? Well, you know what?
Hey, Ken, good to see you. Everybody say hi to Ken.
I can. For me it might because I don't think they cover you after 70 though because Gio's got a bunch of links posted, for exactly that reason for healthcare and stuff. And they got one over there called what is that? Pacific Cross or something.
That's it. Yep.
It took over from they used to be called I forget what the hell it used to be called, but that could be $400 a month.
Easy. And then there's a lot of stipulations once again.
Yeah.
So
So
I looked at that when we went there, and
you
I
know,
evaluated, and I decided the best thing to do, live even with all of my bad health, living in the Philippines, the best financial thing to do was to pay it out of pocket in the Philippines if I needed to do that.
well they have offices in the Philippines
They do.
because the other ones I'm not comfortable with paying something where I don't have a human contact. They could reject you and not even give you a good reason, and you're in the dark.
But then I tell people my personal opinion is, and this is just my own personal opinion. If you're, because I have really bad health and it suffered in the Philippines, especially due to the typhoon. But if you are a person who has health issues, serious health issues, you need to rethink whether you want to go to the Philippines.
Oh, yeah.
You need to really make that decision. Not only, and I'm not picking on the Philippine healthcare system. They got really good doctors and there are really good hospitals, but the conditions can aggravate sometimes health conditions. Sometimes it can make it better. But if your legs are busted up and you're all bummed up, walking around the Philippines is not the easiest place to walk around. If you need the use of handicap assistance in restrooms and walkways and you're used to that to walk around comfortably, you're going to have a problem walking around in the Philippines. So you got to just think about that. If you need a wheelchair, I'm just saying it can be a little rough. So the healthier you are, the more you're going to enjoy the Philippines by far, which is the same thing with America. The healthier you are, the more you're going to enjoy America. So it's not picking on the Philippines. It's just,
Yeah.
the reality of it. And so
Hmm.
Joe says that Mr. Yank, I am almost blind. It's going to be harder for me to for him to get around in the Philippines. Absolutely. You know,
If I had to go anywhere here in the States, I'm going to a warm weather, man.
yeah, we settled back here, here, but down the road, maybe we'll get lucky and buy, we have the property in the Philippines. Maybe we can buy a vacation home in South Texas or Alabama or something, and make some trip.
In Mississippi, Ocean Springs.
Yeah. The Mississippi Gulf Coast is a really, really good place if you want a cheaper on the coast that's affordable and that's pretty mellow.
Hmm.
It's a really good place. I'm a very, very impressed with the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good place to go. Alabama, we've been there multiple times on vacation, in Florida, and it's a lot of fun, but it's definitely pricier than Mississippi. But there's parts of Texas that are very reasonable. I mean, along the, west of Galveston, along the Gulf there,
Beaumont.
places to live that's cheap. If you want to live by the water. But wherever you live, you got to just be healthy enough or try to take care of yourself.
I
Which
saw
was
this house for sale down there in I think it was Galveston, and they had like a break wall. The last house on the road, and on the other side was Galveston Bay or something like that for the shipping. And I mean, this wall was like maybe 8 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought to myself, as much as you get storm surge there during a hurricane, forget it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's invite Craig in the house. Craig's in the house.
Craig.
One thing we're asking is, what's the best gift that you've ever given? Not received, but given. That's one of our questions for tonight.
You got
How are you down yonder?
not excluding body parts.
Body fluids.
I'm good, David.
We're good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. How are you,
Yeah.
Tony? Everyone in the chat? Hey.
Yeah. My service might be interrupted. They're telling me already during a blizzard coming up here.
Yeah. That's what they're saying.
So they're already covering themselves. So
Okay.
Yeah, we're calling for it.
it's today. Today's Tuesday. Shit, there ain't nothing on TV today.
So what's happening down yonder? Anything? Anything good down yonder?
Nah, same old, same old. I had my wedding anniversary on Sunday. That was pretty cool.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
What happened?
That's all right. Yeah, it's pretty cool. 17 years. That's it.
How many years?
17.
Wow.
Oh, wedding?
Yeah, it's anniversary on Sunday.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's about all that happened this week. Yeah, not much.
17 to life, huh?
Yeah, I would have been out on bail by now.
That's right. That's right. Out on release with good behavior.
Yeah, my first sentence was 5, second was 16, and so far this one's 8.
Joe's going to have a windshield warning in our area until Saturday night. Yeah, we are. It's supposed to get 5 below here. So,
9 or better here.
and Craig will stay nice and warm down yonder, and we will freeze and suffer.
Yeah, it's been okay. Yes.
Got a new coffee
Excuse
cup
me.
there, Craig?
Same. Yeah, just got 4 of the 6 left.
If you guys don't know, we broke one, I think Friday night on Tony's live stream. So,
Yeah, the cat did. Cat jumped on it, smashed it. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Ken says, yep, the weather's going to be nasty where he's at too. So, you guys, we're all going to get it for a little bit.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
So yeah, I got to pick out some fish, Craig, and I'm thinking about just getting, this tank is just a 30-gallon octane, so I'm thinking about getting just some community fish.
yeah. Yeah, you just think about getting something that's in the middle, something at the top, and something at the bottom, you know.
Yeah.
If you got plants is the way to go. The more plants you got, the better. Keep the fish happier and make it easier to maintain. And
Yes.
well, you've had tanks before, so you obviously know what you're doing.
Yeah, I have. I've had some big ones, and then we managed a whole bunch of them at the college. In the biology labs, we had fish tanks, and I always enjoyed it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Then just get what you want. Get 10 or 20 and start off or something, and
Yeah, we'll probably just do some colorful ones, some tetras and some dinos and things, just a pack of community fish. And later on, I plan on getting a bigger one, and I'll put something else in there.
Yeah.
Joe's telling Ken to stay warm.
It's good. It's nice and relaxing just to sit back and watch. Something to play around with. I love it. We've been doing it 45 years, and I'm a bit limited in the species I breed now because I only breed what I can move. It just offsets my power and food costs and equipment and stuff. Even after all these years, I still get excited when they breed and there's new babies, and it's good.
Oh no, we had a tank at the college where we bred guppies, fancy guppies, and it was always cool just to see this little, they just kept multiplying, so much of that I was giving them away to students to take home, so, and then the growing nation was cool. And then we had snail tanks.
Yeah, it's a good part.
We had a lot of snails, and we had frogs, and
No, I enjoy it. It's good. It gives me time by myself in the little fish room in the garage, and an hour or so each day just sitting there watching them, and I enjoy it.
Oh yeah. Ken says a couple more years and he'll never see snow again because he has plans to go be with his woman in the Philippines. He's going to retire there. You're getting close. Yeah. Are you going back, Ken, next year? Or are you making a trip over in 2023? Yes, ma'am. Can I help you, ma'am?
My husband is really slow, so I'm just not gonna walk after them.
What's the matter?
It's really slow. I'm gonna work after them.
My wife's causing trouble again, guys.
No, the internet is so slow.
Say hi to Ken.
Where's Ken?
Where's Ken?
Ken.
Say hi to Ken. Everybody say hi to the wife. Anthony's been talking about
my wife.
I know.
You are about
me. He always talking.
Go ahead.
She's cooking beef bones soup at the moment. So
What kind of soup?
Similar beef bones, and cooking down the beef bones for a few hours, and then adding the veggies. And she likes to chew the meat off the bones.
I just made her pork neck bone soup. I don't know what it's called, but it's pork neck bone-y thingies and soup. So with vegetables.
Yeah,
Maybe
it just smells.
in there.
Yeah, that's good. I showed you that.
Okay. Later. Okay. That's fine.
Mm.
Ken is going to go back in February or March of 23. Well, yeah, I remember you were there or this year. Yeah, a few months back. I just didn't know what the plan was.
It's not very far.
That's
Go
what the
quick.
fucking crazy because they park in our fence.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. I think we got a friend who's in the process of on a K-1 visa bringing his fiance over, and apparently my wife is coming up with plans for next Christmas for us all to go spend some time in New York
Yeah,
City
right.
this year. So I don't know about that, but
It sounds all right.
yeah, sounds cold.
Okay.
It sounds cold and dirty, So, yeah, my image, and I may be wrong, but my image of New York is just dirt, dirty, trash, rats. In my head, New York doesn't have a good image. So, and I don't know what we're going to do there, but we're going to do something there, I guess. So, what's Ken up to? Or you did the K1 back in 2010 and never did it again. Learned your lesson the hard way, didn't you? As long as we learn from our mistakes, then, I get it. So,
Yes, it's very involved. Well, in Australia, it's very involved. I have a folder about that thick of paperwork, and certain paperwork's only valid for a 3-month period because of forgeries and everything. So
wow.
you wonder how you did it, really. But anyway,
Yeah, we, no, to be honest, you can't talk about how cold it's going to be, negative 20 degrees. Jesus. Verna says hi to everybody. Everybody say hi to Verna.
Verna.
To be honest, our K1 visa process went fairly smoothly. We really didn't have much problems, to be honest. But I know people right now that's in the pipeline that's been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So
Yeah, no, we didn't have no dramas. We were lucky. I think I'll come back on the 1st of January, and then she lodged in Manila 21st of January, and then by the 26th of March, she was in Australia. So real quick. So it was all right. But they had another mate there, and yeah, when he went, then she had TB. It took her over a year. It took him over a year.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours was completed within 6 months from start to finish.
Yeah. Also, I got married over there, so I made it for Australia and made it less complicated and a lot easier.
So here in the United States, it's actually easier to get the K1 visa or faster than to get a spousal visa.
Okay.
See, 8 months. Yeah, it took us 6 months, Ken, and that's partly.
Okay. Not the old dreaded 7 years.
So,
Okay.
but hey, Ken, did she stay here in the States?
I
Just
think-
she did. So I was just curious. But well, and that's the funny thing, Ken. We all say that if you get married in the Philippines, you're screwed because they don't have a divorce. So sometimes you're better to bring them here, and then you can divorce them if they behave badly, wife. So he's been with Maureen for 5 years now.
Okay.
But here, yeah, it's when we were doing it, it was averaging a year to get a spousal visa and about 6 months to get the K1.
Okay.
Oh yeah, still here. She became a citizen. She rode that citizenship wave, didn't she?
Okay.
We're still close. Well, that's good.
What is it in the States? 4 years for citizenship or 4 years here?
I'm trying to remember. 3? I think yes, it's 3. Lorelai only had to wait 3 years before she could apply for U.S. citizenship
Okay.
because she was married to a citizen, obviously. If you're here for
Yeah.
other reasons, there's different rules. But
Yeah.
but it was only 3 years, and it was easy. It didn't take that long for her to. And then we turn around and have her become 5 years to become a citizen if you're not married, right? Because there's only 3 years for us, and then Lorelai was qualified to apply for citizenship. All right. So
Yeah. So it's pretty similar.
yeah, and then of course Lorelai turned around and became a dual citizen.
Okay.
She got back her Philippine citizenship. And that's good, I think. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's a good way to do. Because, of course, we all know that if you're not a citizen of the Philippines, you can't buy land. Yeah, you were married at the time. That's right. So 3 years if you're married, 5 if not, if you come over as a spouse or a K1 and become a wife, I don't remember how much it costs, but, it's a little pricey in the United States, but,
Yeah, I know the visa process in Australia now is like, it's close. It's up to around 16 grand Australian now.
holy shit.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Oh my God.
Back
Really?
in 2005 or 2006, it was about 3 grand, and now it's I was speaking to someone in Brisbane a few months ago, and he was going through it, and I was really surprised. He told me it's close to 16 grand Australian now.
Jeez. I think with everything included, maybe a couple grand. I mean, the fee, because you got like a $400 thing and you got a this and you got a that. But if you add in travel for us, we probably spent $1,500 if I remember right. Looking at getting her to be a U.S. citizen,
Yeah.
doing some different adjustment of status, things like that. So it's
Yeah.
like that. It's nowhere near as much.
Remember when I went in 2005, like, because I lodged the paperwork before the wedding or whatever, and that was $1,600 just for the visa stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got her to get passports in her maiden name, and all that stuff. So then it was easier just to transfer them over rather than going through the whole process again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, Ken says that 16K is crazy. He spent about, and that's what I mean, Ken. We spent somewhere around there. It was nowhere near over $2,000 at all, including everything. And getting her dual citizenship didn't cost. I think it was $60, if I remember right, not including travel. So we had to drive 9 hours a couple of different times. And then her Philippine passport wasn't real expensive either. American passports are about $400. I think hers was around $60 also.
No. Yeah, I was really surprised by that because, anyway, everything's out of control now.
It is, when you go to the store and a gallon of milk is $5, there's a problem. I don't really drink milk, but wow, that's a lot, So, but it's, I don't know. So we got lucky. I don't know. I tell people that if you're getting ready to embark upon this journey of a K1 or a spousal visa right now, currently, you better be patient, and I mean super, super, super patient, because it's not going very fast.
That's because we got a slow president.
We have a president? I didn't know we had one.
Yeah, you don't even know it.
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's president. He thinks he's Puerto Rican, remember? You know,
You give him a speech, he walk right off the stage.
he wanders around. You know, but,
Took him 8 hours to get out of the Oval Office once because he couldn't find the door.
Circles. It's quite scary when you think about it.
Oh yeah.
it is. It is. It's very, very scary.
Man.
But not a lot we can do about that, you know. I mean, just hope for the best. You know, hope he doesn't die in office. That's
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that Harris in there. She says that we're allies with North Korea.
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
What a dumbass. That's embarrassing.
Well, and the big deal in the news here lately is that whole crap where, you know, Biden has added what 21,000 IRS agents, and now they've changed this rule to where if you were making a side hustle, so you're selling these on eBay, if you
Yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
you had to report it up to $20,000.
Mm.
Now it's down to $600. So if
Jeez.
you make more than $600 as a side hustle, you got to
YouTube.
tell the government.
You made more than $600 on YouTube. You got to pay, don't you?
Yeah,
I know that Ahern family. That guy, I think he got in trouble because he wasn't paying taxes on his money.
We even had to do a US tax return last year for the money we earned from US viewers.
really.
Yeah. Really stupid. And we didn't have to pay anything, because it was, but we still had to lodge it
Right. That's just crazy.
because we claim, it's just, and I had, I had to go see an accountant because I'd never had no knowledge on how US tax works.
Right.
So they're stupid.
It is. It is. But now they're arguing about this again, and they're hopefully going to rescind it. But we'll see if they do it or not. But from $20,000 down to, I mean, they're even talking about if I loaned you money, you got to make sure that you send it back to me as friends and family in different ways, because then the government, if it's $1,000, they're going to look at it as income, even though I loaned it to you and you paid it back. If you paid it back to me electronically, they want their cut of it, even though it's not income.
It's exactly why they want digital.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. We got issue here. Like one bank closed down in our town 8 months ago, and now my bank's closing down 19th of April or something. So I have to change everything. But it's the same thing. They want to be able to trace every cent.
They do. And that's what's sad is,
You could, yeah, but what do you do? They don't care.
and it's sad when you can't make a side hustle and not have the government, sticking their big fat stinky fingers in it. Because look, I get it. If you're making millions of dollars, all right, well that's one thing. But if you're making $5,000 or $6,000 a year doing some side deals,
But if you're making millions, you pay no tax anyway because you've got it all structured up.
that's right. That's right. That's one thing I thought was always funny with Donald Trump. Everybody was hating on Donald Trump because since his tax bracket, he paid very little in taxes. And what I liked was something he said was, don't get mad at me just because I'm smart enough to beat the system.
That's right.
I mean,
All those guys are full of shit and crooked, man.
They
You
are.
know what gets me is these bastards got rules for you. We're supposed to abide by all of them. They go and break them every day. They, if we ever ran a business the way they run the government, we'd be out of business.
Anyway,
Politics is the only job you can have where you can f up and still keep your job. Because even if you tell them there's no door there and there is one, but you tell them there isn't, they're gonna believe you.
well, there's another category: politicians and police officers. You can fuck up on either side and still keep your job and all your benefits. You can shoot and kill somebody wrongfully and you to be a police officer.
Where do I sign? Where do I sign up?
So those are the only two. Doctors, they can get away with it somewhat too with malpractice lawsuits.
That's why you become one of them guys that they're not an actual doctor. They don't have any of the financial responsibilities of a doctor.
PA,
I forget what they call them.
PA, physician's assistant.
Yeah, they do all that shit they do, except they don't have the liability.
Yeah, but they also got to carry malpractice insurance. So, but yeah, it's not as liable. But those are one of the fields I guess we could go into. And then, maybe I'll become a politician in my next lifetime.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be a good one, man. I'd let you be the Secretary of Transportation. How's that? I'd open up the White House to everybody. Let all the homeless people come live in the White House.
Your feet feel like I got them in the freezer.
You got shoes on. That's good.
What's that?
Said you got shoes on. So that's good.
Doesn't matter, man. It's freaking cold, boy. I'm a pussy when it comes to cold.
Well, you better buckle in. It's only going to get worse.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Our temperature is dropping by the minute.
Well, I'm up here way north of you, man.
Dropping by the minute. Yeah.
We got a meteorologist here. This guy's as happy. He's as happy about the impending doom as I was the first time I got laid.
Because it gives him something to do.
I just, like you said, it's going to be the end all of, end all here with the storms.
Well, weathermen like storms because then it gives them a purpose.
I've been through a lot of them.
It gives them a purpose.
Oh my God.
And that's okay. Trying to see here.
It ain't okay with me.
Well, the weathermen have to have something to do.
Oh, this guy's getting excited, man. Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
You get that impression, don't you? They get same when there's a disaster. It's like they're so excited they've got content,
They got a reporter out there in a frickin' hurricane or typhoon. What a dumbass! And they're gonna call the person a hero. You're fucking dumb. If you're gonna be out there where shit, they got some of the, they call them outtakes, the funny ones of the weather. This guy's talking, and it's just. I think this stop sign comes flying through the air and cracks him right in the head, And another guy snapped. He goes, he's out there and the weather's shit, and he goes, "What the fuck? What? He lost him." He goes, "What the fuck am I doing out here?" They showed a dude. They showed a dude that was he was underneath the tree giving a report, and he got shit on the shoulder by a bird, or I think on the head. Pigeon shit on him, whatever the bird was. And he looks up, and that bird shit right in his mouth. That guy was going like that.
Wow.
Oh man! But the camera guy kept rolling.
I just had a thing come across my thingy here, my news desk, that says that the DEA has seized enough fentanyl to kill every person in the United States.
Yeah, congratulations for them.
Wow.
Yeah, they fight crime on one end, and then they make their money off the other end, off the top. Same people.
Man,
They're putting fentanyl in everything now. It's like you know.
Ken's gonna hang out in the background when he visits with Mike and Renee Roberts at their new house in Law Union.
Mm.
Enough fentanyl to kill every American. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That is. Yeah, congrats to their new house. Give them us props. Mike and Renee has a new house. We got some friends that told us. We went to the Filipino Christmas party Saturday night.
Right.
We got like 5 of them there.
5 Christmas parties?
Yeah.
No.
People showed up.
Oh, no. They had probably 120 people.
Were they eating dried fish?
No dried fish, but a whole lot of Filipino food and some American food.
Rice.
They were really shocked at how many people showed up. We have new leadership in our local group, and
Oh,
they did a good job rallying the troops, so to speak. And
tonight's featured dish rice.
yeah, rice and pancit. There's a lot of pancit.
Dancing, yeah.
Do a bit of cha-cha, did you?
Yeah, but they did. I got I had to find some videos somewhere. Lorelai took a bunch of videos of it, but they were surprised. Yeah, there's probably 120 people there. It was way crowded. So
Were they all married couples?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, a lot of the husbands don't show up. There's a lot of kids there, so
Mm.
there's a couple of teenagers and some smaller kids,
Yeah.
AA big and things. But it was a family type of party. I told a buddy of mine, it'd be really funny how excited all of these people are if we just gave them an open bar and let them all get drunk. Then it'd be really fun to watch. They even had Bumblebee, the guy from Transformers,
Oh boy.
come and do a Christmas.
Hey, I got a Camaro like that. I took my car to a car show. This 2010 I got. All these kids liked it. It was yellow. When I left that show, they had I went down the driveway. I let that clutch fly and I killed it. Everybody was laughing at me. Well, because the fuel injection carburetor, with a carburetor, you can you can keep it going. But when you take it to the limit with the fuel injection, it'll kill it. But man, it was at least I didn't know these people personally, so.
Ken is saying that.
Lisa Watson, like one of those fails where they do a big burnout and then lose control and crash into something.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Now it's pedaling that wheel, boy. I've done many, many, many stupid things in my life. Many, many.
You guys have street racers down in Australia?
Yeah.
They have craziness too, like we have.
Yeah, pretty much now.
You got
But now
this.
you can get your car pounded, and even on your third one, then they get the cars crushed. They come down heavy on it now. But we all did it, didn't we?
I went to another car show, get together with this Mopar club, and me and a guy from work were there, and we were zooming up and down. It's called the High 100. It's a state a county highway. And we were zooming up. Some of these guys had little rice grinders, and we were flying up and down 108th. They put a ban on cruising between certain hours. And a friend of mine was in here. He had a V8, and I was doing 50 when I crossed the intersection because I wasn't that far from the police station. And I know he saw him, but he didn't go after him. So he pulled off and went to BW3s and got some buffalo and went wild wings, But it reminded me when I was 16 years old, we were beating the shit out of them cars.
Yeah.
But as we're in the parking lot eating our food, there's cops pulling people over left and right. They belonged, at that event. They were from that event.
Whatever happened to the good old days?
Yeah, I was on that very road that I was all liquored up, and I was, I turned right, and right to go north. My car was facing east and west because I was just pedaling that wheel, man. It was like, like somebody spun me around on a ride, and then my tire, I must have hit a nail. There was an off-duty cop sitting up by this theater. So we pull in this parking lot to a restaurant, and I'm out there with my can of Fix-A-Flat. And I was so messed up that wheel was off the rim.
Oh, jeez.
And when I heard this guy go, "Hey, you need help there?" It was the off-duty cop. My friends go, "I will take care of him." That was one of many times, and finally got caught. But it didn't dawn on me at the time. I got that can out, and I'm, you don't want to put that shit on your wheel, man. The guy that changes that tire will be cursing you. That shit puts a seal on it. And I didn't know. I was too messed up to realize that wheel was not fully on the rim. I'll get it. Yeah, I put that shit in there.
They've taken a few cans to fix that one. Yeah.
All I heard was this guy's voice. I didn't turn around too much, but that was the cop.
Yeah. Sometimes I look back and wonder how I survived out here.
Oh my God.
We hit the gravel roads and these country
Right.
roads, mills in the Ozarks, and
I did shit I wouldn't even attempt to try,
lucky. I'm definitely lucky that I survived my teenage years alive and or not in prison.
I used to drive my dad's boats. We used to call them LeSavers, I call it a boat. I used to drive them things like I was on a dirt track.
Big old lead sleds.
Yeah, man. I could do anything with a car. I was a good driver. I was good. These one guy's friend of a friend, they tried losing us one night. I'm like an Indian tracker, man. I found these dudes. I knew where they were at. I was just good at it.
We used to run around in those mid-70s Pontiacs, and Grand Ams.
There was some bikers freaking. My friend got pissed on this street that they wouldn't let him come by. They wouldn't let him by. It turns out these dudes were bikers, and all of a sudden his car stalls. And that guy's pounding at my window with a jack, And then they kicked his ass. I said, I didn't do nothing, man.
Yeah.
And we were driving in that same Pontiac. It was a 70 Bonneville. And we're going down this street was a boulevard, 2 lanes on each side. And we look across the street. We see this Barracuda. It's down on the rotors. We see these sparks flying. We're like, what the hell? Where's his tire? And we say that. We turn around. Here it comes. Boing, boing, boing. Bounced right off of his right off the front of the car and catapulted that bad boy.
Everybody say hi to Marie E. Marie E., good to have you. Thank you for joining us. My question for the night is, what is the best gift you've ever given to somebody or something? You got an answer, just drop it.
Best gift I ever gave was from me. It was me. Does that count?
Yeah,
Does that count?
yeah, that counts. Yeah, that's the best gift because it's long term.
She,
There you
she sure
Last-
seemed pretty receptive to the gift too, you know.
go.
I would have loved to seen you wearing that big bow. That would have been good.
Oh, man.
Wrap yourself up in a big bow. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Put a bow and a big
And
birthday.
Marie, if you want to drop your link or anything, you're more than welcome to. You're also welcome to come up and visit us. I promise the gentleman will be nice.
Yeah, he promises.
Promises. But no, it's my brother and I both talk about, most people that knew me thought I'd be in prison, still yet.
Good friends, man.
Yeah. Like, wow, I thought you'd be dead or in prison. Not this week. Maybe next week. So,
No, but I have a shitload of cash.
yeah, that's right.
That's
No, I was just really good at hiding the bodies.
Yeah.
We don't have swamps with alligators, but we have the woods here. You can throw a body in it and be gone in a week.
Like Wally Gator.
So
Meanest alligator in a swamp.
or feed them to the pigs. Whatever you got to do to get rid of them bodies.
Yeah, Dave just eats them and then shits them out.
That's it. Then we eat the pig.
There you go.
But no, it's a.
Motel hell.
But the kids today have much nicer cars than we did. Even the rich kids growing up.
Well, we had beaters that you could get for $200, $500. Them beaters nowadays are 3,000.
Yeah, but look how many young people now have brand new cars.
Well, they're not. You know what? They're not always necessarily new. They're high mileage,
Mhm.
late model cars, and people think that
Yeah,
they got a car there, they got money, but a lot of these cars got well over 100,000 miles on them.
yeah.
even new cars now. You think the value you get and what you get, included or whatever, they're probably better than ever now, as in value for money.
This guy at work, this older guy at work, he got this Camry with all the bells and whistles and all the latest, greatest safety stuff. And the insurance guy, he thought he'd get a cheaper rate because it had all this, warning stuff on it and all this. And that guy said, "No, you got to pay because if you get in an accident with that, they got to replace all that super stuff." Because he thought, he'd get the more safer car. His insurance would be cheaper, but that's not the case.
It's replacement cost, isn't it? That's right. But,
You got a replacement car.
Yeah, if you guys haven't described Marie, she has a pretty good little channel. So she has about 2,000 subscribers and has some good little videos. If you guys don't know her. Yeah, you have to check her out.
Who?
Marie E.
A new one.
Yeah.
Is that a new channel?
She has 2,000 subscribers.
Oh, wow.
And
And all ever have.
got the cooking videos. She's got a new
December 8th, 2020, so 2 years. There you go.
Yeah.
Huh.
Looks like a good little channel. Happy to have you. Everybody. It'd be nice to want to help everybody out with King in there.
Well, I got my thing scheduled for Friday, but
Oh yeah.
no telling the weather here might disrupt that. I mean, they're already making excuses for the electric and all this stuff already.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you to get ready for power outages.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Service outages too with the internet.
Oh wow.
I mean, we've had. I lived in one part of a city called Cudahy. You know what? This is real funny too. I lived in near the lake there, here in a city called Cudahy. And yet yesterday I was watching these old. Remember the Chips, Eric Estrada, and all that.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, well, I'm watching because they had Los Angeles County. And this sergeant was giving them, updating them on whatever was going on. And the map behind them had Cudahy, California on it. Because the founder here, Patrick, his brother, I think his brother Michael, founded Cudahy, California. It's like 1 square mile, LA County. And people from around here aren't aware of that, or out there either. But it gets pronounced all kinds of ways. Cudahy. They used to butcher and process the meat here, and then they dropped it because we used to get a bad rep about it being stinky. You'd be going down the road and there'd be a truck in front of you with a bunch of pigs on it, and they just went into the processing business and got rid of they slaughtered somewhere else.
Man.
But it was strange to see that on TV like that. Because that's not a very known city. Period.
We used to have a vinegar plant here in town when I was growing up, and I hated that because you could it was horrible.
So you stayed in near the town you grew up in?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I went to college here. I went to high school here. Went to college
Okay.
and other places.
You're a hometown boy.
Wound up getting on at the local community college. Yeah.
Yeah, but Arkansas gets a bad rap for education.
Yeah.
They're like I think the teen pregnancy rate's the highest in the country.
That's Mississippi, but who's counting?
Yeah, well, they're your neighbors anyway, ain't they? Pretty close.
They're our neighbors, But Arkansas gets a bad rap for a lot of things, but you know what?
The high school my kids went to in Cudahy here. If you looked it up on the internet, out of a possible 10, they were always in the 2 range. But my kid, the school system here was just fine. My kids, I'm happy with the education they got here, and I don't know why they get such a bad rap. And one thing about them though is that when they get the Chapter 220 students, they call them, the other folks other than white,
Right.
They never had issues at the school with fights and drugs and all this other stuff. They didn't tolerate shit there. No matter who you were, you didn't toe the line, you were gone,
Yeah. Where we live at, we have very good education in my part of the state. Very, very well-equipped schools. And why, rural states like Arkansas, Mississippi, is you have pockets that are very good, but they're small pockets, and then you have the rest of the state that struggles. So it's a have and have not education system.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of tough, how it is when you're a teenager and you're thinking you own the world or you know everything, and at the same time there's no time to goof around anymore. If you're not paying attention, man, that's a lot of the home life is gone because moms aren't staying at home is nowhere near like they used to, and you're pretty much on your own. The discipline thing is not as strong as it used to be.
and we can all talk about how the internet and the social media affect young people. And I think that's a huge, huge, huge issue.
Well, they all want to be Mr. Mr. Adult, but they don't want to, you know, they don't want to earn any of it. They just want to, they want what they want, without even having
I think
to do anything for themselves.
I think that's a valid point. They want to start off where they took their parents 20 years to get to.
Yeah. Hey, we had a butch at work. She was pretty nice, but I was on what's called call duty, where I would make the money if somebody didn't show up, depending on how long I sat there. And this girl would get all up. She go, see? I said, you've been here 3 months. I'd been there 19 years. I didn't walk through the door and everybody said, here's all the overtime you want, or to get the post for that position. I never even imagined it was so far down the road. But she was one of these people where she wanted to come in and get what took me 19 years to get. She wanted it right away.
Yeah, we'd have a lot of college graduates come back and tell us how disappointed they were in the jobs they got because they weren't the CEOs or VPs of these companies just because, they had a degree. They literally thought,
Yeah. You got to put time in, no matter what.
you got to work your way up.
Unless you're like up here, you're one of the Johnsons, S.E. Johnson. They do all the products, home care products, and you've heard of them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They had one of the founder's sons. Well, he was an older guy when it happened, but they're billionaires, and he got busted for having sex with an underage girl, and they kind of swept that away after a while, But they make just about everything you buy in a grocery store or a home product, cleaning, whatever, they make it.
Oh, yeah.
And that job there, you got to have a certain aptitude when you come in. They do I don't know if they do a Wonderlic test or whatever, but it's a good paying job.
Yeah. Every pocket of the nation has their hierarchy, and we have the Walmarts, the Tysons, the J.B. Hunts, the Arvest Banks, and the Simmons, and some others here. So we've had a lot of incidents of people running over people and then getting away with it scot-free.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say this: as much as it sucked, and hindsight is great. My factory job moved most of the operation to Mexico because that job would only have got me $800 a month, and I'd be in a bad way if I would have always been there. But the transit system won. You sacrificed your family life. But the plus side to all that is you're gonna get a higher pension. I almost doubled mine. I did double it plus a little more, before taxes, of course. But I doubled that, or more than doubled that, and I was able to retire before 62. I retired at 59, and I'm 61 now.
Yeah.
So it sucked while I was doing it. And I didn't think the end would ever come, but sure as heck did, man, It sure did. And the day I've been thinking about that day since I was 16, And when I got there, I was, oh my God, I was such a load off of my.
Well, I've been thinking about retirement since I was probably 25, and definitely not what I had dreamt it would be.
How long did your health situation happen to you when you were in your 20s?
It started in my late 30s.
Okay.
And finally, when I hit about 47, it took a nosedive at 47.
Yeah, I tell you, man, when I turned 60, well, I ain't lying. Golly, feel that time has caught up to you, and all the music you listen to, these guys are starting to die off.
Yeah.
Their music is still here, which makes you realize it's going to be here long after you're gone.
Yeah.
You know, in the end is a lot closer than it used to be, you know, and it becomes even more apparent when you,
I tell people, I said, you know, when you're getting old, when you go to the doctor and you're older than the doctor.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I got an older one. Well, the one I got's about 3 years older than me.
So, you know, that's when I realized I was starting to become old because I went to the doctor and my doctor was younger than me. And I'm like, how the hell did this happen?
You know, when I was up until that day, I always thought, well, you know, when you're 30, 40, even 50, you go, man, 30 years is so far down the road. But it's a lot closer than you think. You hear people say that, but it is. And now, if I look 30 years ahead to what I am my age now, that's 90.
I get it.
There's no way I'm making it to 90. I'll be, I'll be lucky to make 70.
If I got to live the way I live for the next 35 years or 40 years,
Oh, shit. I love life, but it's just, you know, you always hear people when you're a kid say, you know, you better do this or that, or you won't have this, you know. It's freaking true, man. I mean, today's youth, they don't have the time anymore to do whatever to find themselves. They got to do it right away.
yeah.
You know, because if you don't, you're gonna miss the boat. Period.
I would tell college students all the time, and people, anybody that listen, forget going to work. Go travel. Go be a bum for a few years. Experience life. Then worry about settling down and getting married when you're a little bit older. But while you're young, go join the military. Go do something with yourself.
You gotta you there ain't no break anymore. There's no break.
No.
You know, there's none. While you're out doing all that, somebody that went to school and graduated has got their foot in the door somewhere and they're already on their way. You know, it's a doggy dog world now.
It is.
You don't have time like they did when I was, you know, you could F off. I think when I was 17, I took that year off. I thought to myself, I got to work the rest of my life, you know, so I'm going to have one full year of doing whatever I want to do. And you can't even do that no more.
Yeah, but I encourage it. Man, I encourage it. Don't, because look, you're going to have to work for the rest of your life and it's going to suck.
It depends what your situation is. If you're somewhere where you can afford to do it, then great. But if some people can't, they got to get to it right away.
Well, and I would tell, go ahead, Greg.
I was to say the interesting statistic is here is that the generation now trying to buy houses and everything has been shown that the first generation, like for 5 or 6 generations, that is actually going to be, as in home ownership, income, everything else, expendable income, is going to be worse than the generation before. So the generation has always been better off, but this generation currently is going to be worse off than the previous one. So,
yeah, you know what?
So it's all changed, you know.
I look at the neighborhood I'm in now. It used to be there'd always be up somebody behind you that would continue to keep that neighborhood nice. I don't know what the hell's going to happen around here because it's nice right now, but a lot of the folks here are real old. And when they go, you know, who can afford these things anymore? And it's going to take every waking minute of the day to keep them. You know,
you just wonder whether that's coincidence or whether it's, you know, the agenda somewhere, like dumbing people down and making them more dependent on governments and therefore
they just had
more control over every single thing, you know.
They just had a thing on TV today, and this is a fact, that there are people out there that are on welfare or any government assistances that make more than people working.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same here. There's no.
That's your Democrat.
Yeah.
You know,
It's crazy.
no incentive to work. But,
all right, guys, it's been 2 hours. That's usually what I try to shoot for is 2 hours. But we will see everybody on Tony's. If he survives the storm on Friday night.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, man.
All right. You know, if not, we all understand because you're going to be, you know, a popsicle. But
Hell yeah. I mean, hey, look, the blistering cold wind is somebody like, it's like getting your ass kicked, only there is nobody to swing back at.
no, I know. So
You know, you got to sit there and take it, man.
you do indeed. All right, my friends, take care, everybody.
Guys,
We will see you
Thank
next
you.
week, Friday.
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 Bye bye.
Bye.